uh, yesterday was 12th of January, and youth, it was celebrated, it has been celebrated as a youth day. And I wanted to speak something about the concept of lost motivation and confidence, which I have witnessed during my classes in maximum number of students, that I find that somehow they have come up with an idea that they are not focused, but it is not so. On As you all know that Youth Day is celebrated in the memory of Swami Vivekanand, and I happened to read one book very recently by Vivekanand. That is uh, the name of the book is it is related to Raj Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga. There are different kind of yogas, and I was surprised to read that book. First of all, let me inform you that how I got to know about the name of the book. I was reading my experiments with truth by Mohanlal Karamchand Gandhi, that is Mahatma Gandhi. And there he talks about certain books which are very famous, like Unto the Last by John Ruskin, and all the other books. And one of the books which gave him the confidence uh, for satyagraha was this Raj Yoga. And because I have a bent of spirituality in me, so I know about the chakra theory. I know about how to concentrate, and the kind of famous sentence in Raj Yoga we get to know about Swami Vivekanand, that is, make an idea your life and start following that. So in today's video, a very small video, what I have decided, that first of all, people around us, they think that our choices are sometimes are the choices by peer pressure. So it's not so. Actually, our subconscious mind makes us decide sometimes like what we are choosing. I hope you understand my point. It means if you have chosen for, because I'm a teacher of English literature, and I have been training students for NET and post graduation examination mostly. So what I get, that maximum number of students whom I have been guiding now all over India, online and offline both, I've seen that they are quite, over motivated in the very beginning, and then because of the length of the course, they lose their, motivation, or say the authenticity of their confidence level. Sometimes I've seen that they feel that, for example, they are pursuing higher studies. They want to see themselves as future professors in the Indian universities. But I've seen that somehow they lose the confidence of reading original texts, and they take recourse to MCQs particularly. Even I have written a book on MCQs, and I don't have any problem with, if somebody studies in a very objective manner, or somebody studies from a very, focused angle. Like if there is no need, for example, like, let's take an example of a novel like Pride and Prejudice. If someone doesn't read Pride and Prejudice and gets to know about the story only, and can solve the questions there, then what is wrong in that? And I've seen that, teachers in the market, they have been propagandizing that one should go and read these kind of things as well. Even I have been teaching sometimes summaries in the my offline classes and online classes as well. But I've seen that from where the exact authentic source of motivation and confidence, when I pondered on that, I came to know that our channelized efforts and our truth. Because as in the very beginning of this video I said that the book Raj Yoga by Vivekananda, and it's a message which I received from my experiments with truth. It means both the things are associated. Gandhiji has written in that book that one has to be true to himself or herself first of all. And Vivekananda talks about the same thing, that make an idea your life and start thinking about that. Um And you must have also known about a book like The Power of Subconscious Mind, which is quite famous these days. And I've seen that if you start talking about one idea, if you start, thinking about becoming a professor, and if you really want to be quite just giver of the knowledge in which subject you have, done your graduation and post graduation, then that whole aura of truth, the authenticity, and that kind of motivation which you require from outside will ultimately come from you, your within. Because that oversoul, that omnipresent Paramatma, he resides in all of us. So what I have personally seen, that if we be true to ourselves, suppose you want to clear an examination, then who is stopping you? If you want to clear an examination and that examination has been asking you questions from the in-depth things, then I think your effort should be quite true. Your effort should be quite authentic. And then you do not require any outside motivation. So I may sound a bit scattered, like, but I just want to argue, and I want to come up with my point, what I have thought today, that in my video today, I would just talk about why students are losing confidence after a particular time, after say 1 or 2 months. I have seen that they lose their focus. They feel that, for example, suppose, let us take the example of course of NET, which is quite a vast course. You know that in this course there are 10 units, and then these 10 units are quite vast. There are thousands of writers are there, and our students feel that, how I would be able to complete these writers, cover correctly by reading the original text and all. So I'm not saying that read all the original texts, but at least, because I have come across real students who are, or who have joined universities, who have been working there in universities, my students. I've seen them, the successful candidates are always those who have been quite truly, and without deceiving themselves, have been engaged in this task of improving themselves with knowledge. So motivation is nothing, actually. If you take motivation from my video or from somebody else's videos, it means something is lacking there. Okay, so what is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is start believing in yourself. Nobody can stop you becoming a professor. And if you, because professor is a big word, in a university, suppose you join a university, whether it's a local university or an international one. Mostly universities are international ones. So you're going to perform there, and performance requires some intake. So why are you hesitating in taking that? Improve your vocabulary. Suppose sometimes I get to know that students say that we don't understand the original text at times. So who is stopping you? Every single word, like suppose I have a vocabulary of thousands of words, or any professor who is teaching successfully and can understand any book instantly, one who has invested time in his vocabulary. So improve your vocabulary, improve your grammar. And if you don't understand, still also you should start reading the books, and whatever study material you have subscribed to, start completing that, and solve the questions, be focused. And then I feel that, first of all, cherish an idea that you are a professor. There is no time will come in future when you will be a professor. That time is right now in your hands. You are a professor. And suppose you are a teacher, you are already engaged in some task, and then you are doing that. Then don't forget that Matthew Arnold was a school teacher, school inspector. And whatever literary production he has come up with today, whom we know, and he's known as sage critic also. He used to write in the night when he was alone. So that fire should be there in you, and that fire, if it is authentic, then it does not require any kind of motivation. So I feel that this video might be quite useful for all of you. I will again come and speak more on different topics of your syllabus. Plus I will keep motivating you, motivating you not in that sense that you lack motivation in the sense like, you know, peer pressure works. Like suppose I'm in this field, and if I can do that, if I can read, if I can understand that, without being distracted, because you know, life means distraction isn't it? Daily distractions will come, and still I you know, manage to get some time and read books. I can maintain a library, whether a library of read books or unread books. Library should always be there. And suppose I have been investing. Believe me, friends, there was a time 20 years ago when I did not have money to pay my rent, but I used to buy books. मैं 2,000 रुपए की बुक्स खरीद लेता था, जबकि मेरा जो मकान का किराया होता था वो 1,500 रुपए होता था. तो आई यूज टू फील समटाइम्स लाइक, यू नो, आई मेक सम एक्सक्यूज, बट अल्टीमेटली आई शुड हैव अ सॉलिड लाइब्रेरी. एंड this a portion of library which you see in background is a tiny part. I think not more than 10% of my books I have with me. And if I bought books and I read them, then you can see the color. I'm talking about those students who have got training from me, and those who have become really successful candidates, and really their attitude towards life has already changed. So what made me think about today's video, because I was feeling somehow that on Youth's Day yesterday I was about to talk about motivation, but then throughout the night I was thinking like, you know, motivation if I give will you know, wither away within 1 day or 2 days. So why can't I ask my viewers, my students, that it is there in you? Come on, it is always there. Vivekanand has said that you know, it is always with us. I remember, like, you know, if you start reading a writer, you can really feel the power in his words. I remember once, you know, I was teaching in an institute, Time Institute, and there in the office there was a quotation, a very big poster of that quotation was there. And first time I came to know about that quotation, that तुम भेड़ नहीं हो, क्या तुम भेड़ हो जो तुम्हें कोई चराएगा? It means you are your own leader. There is nobody who will steer you, who will guide you. You know better. I think even I know better, like, you know, what I have to decide. Nobody can you know, change the directions of my life. If somebody says or somebody claims that, you know, his directions were changed, I think the directions were changed because he or she wanted that. He wanted to go in that direction. So I think there is no guidance. We are not sheep. We are our own makers of our destinies. These words are not hi-fi, you know, superfluous words. If we start believing in the authenticity of our being, आप ये क्यों नहीं सोचते हो कि हम robots नहीं हैं, and we have a heart where if you just do, because Raj Yog book पे मैंने ये पढ़ा कि like, you know, if you open your chakras, जो कि एक बहुत 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 बड़ी बात है, if you can't open your chakras, at least you can think by closing your eyes, you can think for 5 minutes and concentrate here. जैसे गीता जी में लिखा है कि if you just think and concentrate, like, you know, आपकी जो inner vision है, inner eye है, उसको आप अपनी नाक की तरफ अगर आंखें बंद करके यहाँ ध्यान लगाते हो, तो within few days you start controlling your mind. You will feel that your mind is not distracted. And I think proper channelizing of our mental energies gets us success. What I have noticed in my life. So dear friends, एक तो इस वीडियो को पूरा देखें. सब मैं देखता हूं कि स्टूडेंट्स वीडियो को पूरा नहीं देखते हैं. They feel that you know, somebody is saying something like that, but no, there are different people, and people who are successful in their fields. I consider myself successful because I don't count my success with money or say number of students I have been teaching. I consider success like I you know, started paving a path, and say 23 or 25 years ago, and today I feel that yes, I am a PhD, I'm you know, double MPhil, or say I you know, I can read a book and instantly can understand the message, or say I can go in a seminar and you know, I can understand what people are talking there. I can understand, philosophers when they have been talked about in an essay, or say in a novel, or I can understand the quotation or any quotation. For example, I can understand the essence of a writer without pondering for more than 2 minutes, then I find myself a successful candidate. Clear? So in this field, success will not come to you in the name of job only. In this field of teaching, I think success means you have accomplished yourself, you have gained enough knowledge that will ultimately make you serve humanity at large. So thank you very much. It's more than 15 minutes now I have spoken on motivation. So friends, kindly respond by writing like how you liked the video. Thank you very much.